Welcome back. It's still Entertainment Review live on Metro TV. Today we are talking about the creative industry in Ghana. The first part of the show we spoke about the arts and tourism in Ghana. Now the second part we are talking about modeling industry in Ghana. And I have Tanika Malone, who is the Greater Accra chairwoman, also Fabrice Sapon, who is the Greater Accra head of models, and also Ernest Kwapon, who is the Greater Accra PRO. It's good to have you on Metro TV and the Table of Life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let me start with the state of the modeling industry in Ghana. What exactly currently is the state of the modeling industry in Ghana? Let me start with you, Tanika.
I feel like the state right now is growing.
Okay.
We're actually seeing models traveling now. We're seeing shows, fashion shows, and models are also used in commercials and music videos.
Okay.
So I will say that it's growing, still with some works and efforts we need to do, but it's definitely rising.
Okay, so we can say that generally it's a profession that is lucrative, it's profit-making venture that someone can embark on.
That is correct.
Okay, you also agree? Oh, Fabrice, I laughing. Now, I want to have your general overview. It's a lucrative, profit-making venture someone can say that I'm embarking on for after maybe senior high school, university, I'm going into modeling.
Definitely, because personally for me, it has created a lot of opportunities. So I think if somebody wants to take the opportunity to take modeling as a career, I think it's a massive step, and it will create more opportunities for such person to be on such platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me come to you, Ernest. Over the years, there has been so many perceptions when it comes to modeling. What's your overview about the representation of the industry in Ghana?
Modeling, in a nutshell, it's a profession, just like acting, the actresses and then the actors. But the perception towards a model in Ghana here, especially female models in Ghana here, it's, people think modeling is a promiscuity thing.
Yeah.
But then that's not the idea. Okay, modeling is an act. Okay, the way you walk, walking is an act.
Yeah.
And then showcasing a fabric, a sewn fabric, is also an art because it comes from the designers. Okay, so whatever the designers do, probably it's a creative art that the models put on to showcase. Okay. So modeling in the in Ghanaian society, as people think they are in today's, excuse my language, ashawasem.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then that's not how it is.
It is.
I say, okay, if you cast your mind, or if you put your mind to other countries, that's South Africa, the US, other European countries, modeling over there is a full-time career.
Yeah.
It's a full-time career where you get to the runways, after the runway, you get paid.
Yeah.
Okay, but Ghana here,
Sums of money.
yes. Being here as a presenter, okay, a model, it's an art. A model can do same.
Yeah.
Okay, but then in Ghana here, we see them as, this a shower kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then modeling itself should always be, and it's under the Ministry of Tourism.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
modeling is under the Ministry of Tourism, of which they have agencies like the NCC, like the Creative Arts Commission,
Yeah.
the Tourism, Ministry of Tourism, then that's the Ghana Tourism Authority. Yeah. We are under these agencies.
Yes,
so if we are under these agencies, that shouldn't pave way for society to say models are promiscuous.
Yes.
Okay, so that's how it is.
But then-
Okay, Helen and or some say I'll allow Helen and Harriet to come in, but then I'm so glad you mentioned that you are under the Ministry of Tourism because in 2022 when they brought out the Creative Arts Bill, we could see that there's fashion, beauty and modeling in there.
Absolutely.
Stating that this industry is part and it's under the Creative Arts industry or the ministry. Now, over the years, have you gotten any support from the government?
Well, if we are to say yes, I wouldn't say a complete yes.
Okay, it's a 50-50.
Yes, actually. My reasons is, Ministry of Tourism has given us a mandate to get support from National Theatre. Okay, so if we are to organize or host programs over there, it should actually be free. So, okay, of course, we are still under, the National Theatre is under Ghana Tourism Authority, which is actually an agency under Ghana Tourism Authority. So if they give us their platforms, their venues for our programs, and then we don't pay anything, it means they are actually supporting. But then, yes, there's a levy that is meant for models, excuse me, but then we don't get it. Yes, like you said, even in our parliaments, when they bring up their annual budgets and whatever, allocations of money, they have money allocated to the Ministry of Tourism, and which Ghana Tourism is to have a quota to 8 agencies, because they speak much about the ministry. This beyond it was actually promoted by tourism. Okay, so if the agencies are promoting this tourism thing, it means the levies should be, allocated to the specific agencies. But then we don't get it.
But you don't get it
at all.
Okay, but then early on you were talking about, models not being really promiscuous and all that. But then sometimes it's not really about people just waking up to say that, okay, models are this, they are that. But then over the years, there are times we've even heard people who would come out and say that, look, even beauty with the, when it comes to beauty, who eventually end up going into modeling and all that sometimes, and who have come to tell us that, look, sometimes even their managers are the ones who lead them into certain arts here and there. Some of them will keep quiet. Initially, they'll tell you everything is cool, but with time, they'll come out to complain bitterly about their experiences. How about that?
You see, when you want to be a part of a model, you want to be a part of an agency, there are agencies that are being recognized under the Models Union of Ghana with what certifications. Okay, these are people who own agencies, modeling agencies that are what, professional. But then you see, when you Google search right now, you might see a whole lot of modeling agencies in the country. Okay, but then which of these agencies are under Moduga?
Okay. Okay.
Do you get it?
That is the truth.
If you are under Moduga, there is strict civil surveillance. We visit people unknowingly during your trainings.
Time to time,
exactly.
check the activities.
Exactly. So as it is now, my head of models, we have it in plans that will be calling off all model heads, whether under the Moduga agency, whether under the union or not. We want to, gather all of them and then assess them to see if you really are worthy of owning an agency. Exactly.
Okay. So you were agreeing with him. That's to also say that, apart from you moving on, going to check all those things, which means that if I want to be a model, I have to be sure of what agencies to join. I don't just don't wake up and join any agency.
And we'll be holding them under, we want to make sure that they're following all regulations, these agencies. So that's what Moduga will be also ensuring as we move forward with our efforts. Right now, we don't know really what all of the models are expecting. So we're going to take some time and learn that and make sure that the models are not being put in positions that are compromising for them and putting them in positions that, is unprofessional. So modeling has a lot of angles to it. When you look at like Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell, we can't say that modeling is not a profession because these women have made it a profession. And so now is the time for us to see in Ghana that it is serious. So the way to do that is all about collaboration as well. We need to be able to collaborate the models with opportunities that give them a different standard to actually follow. So me, myself, with my team, I want to set that standard on an international level so it grows and helps the models have more opportunities and that Ghanaians can see models as reputable people and not just women or men putting on clothes, going up and down the runway, because it's a lot of work.
But it's rather unfortunate. There are sometimes you even see male models and people want to classify them as they are into gayism and all that.
And
There's a way they always name them.
It
and it's
doesn't
rather
necessarily
unfortunate.
mean that, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they are not.
Tadika, 7 years ago, I really wanted to be a model.
Yeah.
People look at me the way you walk. Oh, are you a model? And so I joined a modeling agency, and it was all about siphoning money from the models. Now you're going to pay some dues, whatever that you're going to do a photo shoot, you have to pay for it. And I realized that these people are rather like taking money from me. And so I'm just happy that there is a model union association in Ghana here.
Yeah.
How long has this association been in place?
It's been approximately close to 15 years.
15 years.
Yes. I know it's shocking, surprising. I know.
Wow.
So as anything, you know that it takes time to develop the right thing. And sometimes you have to shift leadership to find the right people that are serious and committed to actually bringing about change. It doesn't happen overnight. So I know many people have come before and made promises. We are not going to be about making promises. We're going to be about action. So that's what you can expect from the Greater Accra regional executives of Maduga, is that we'll just be creating situations that will be positive for the models, for designers, as well as fashion show hosts and producers, because it's important. We'll also be looking at the protection of the models. That's what the union is really there to do, is to protect the models from such things happening to where they're not being appreciated, they're not being paid. There's a lot of models that do things here, and they're not always paid.
Yeah, since they don't
And
make
it's,
a lot of money, they're
and it's
gone.
not okay. It's not
They
okay.
tell you, oh, it's fame. It will come to you. Like, work hard. You get the fame. Somebody will recognize you. That's what they
If
mostly...
you read a book for long, you could become a great reader. I mean, that's not going to help us. You actually need to create financial revenue in the modeling industry. So how do we do that? We continue, as he was speaking about tourism, opening up the gateway for more shows to come and host in Ghana that are going to be paying, and not saying that producers aren't paying models here, because I know a lot of the fashion productions that have been around for long are paying. But unfortunately, sometimes people are having financial difficulties, but it can't be our problem.
Right. If you are
We
having
still
financial,
need
you
to-
should stop.
We just have to take
Yeah.
a pause for a moment if that is your issue,
Right.
and just re-strategize yourself in business and look at a different way to do it. But we are in support of the models, and we want to make sure that they feel valued. And I'm particularly about making sure models are models.
Yeah.
Because, see, some of the agencies will, like you were saying, will be like, oh, you have a good walk.
Yeah.
It's not just about a good walk and being pretty and being slim or being big. It's about having poise. It's about having the right attitude. What happens if we were able to get you a contract in Italy? Would you be able to travel? Would you know how to manage yourself? Would you know how to speak for yourself if you're traveling alone? These are the things that we have to actually look at, you know?
And from what you were saying, so it seems that sizing and modeling is more like a limitation, or it's alarming, because it seems that if you are not that slim, then which means that you will not be allowed to model. And it seems that people pay more attention to people who are of a particular figure
And
than
height.
the others. And
It
height
just,
as well.
height is very important. I will say that. Being a fashion show producer myself, I'm very particular about that. However, if a model is not a certain height requirement, maybe they're not a runway model. Maybe they're more for commercial or print. So they can be in magazines. They can still be very useful. And there's money in those areas just as well. And if you look around the globe, plus size models are starting to come in.
Yeah.
But there's a fine line between being plus and being
Obese.
You don't want to use
full figure. We'll say full figure for this, so no one to feel fat or like we discredit them. So full figured modeling and plus size is different from a European standards. Is sizes from 0 to about a size 8 is considered a standard traditional model. Anything from a 10 to like a 12, close to a 14 is considered plus. because
And
the
I'm
numbers.
a plus size model.
Hey, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. They are taking
I'm
over
size
the runway.
14.
You better look and see what plus size models are doing these days, sister.
Our
Seriously,
time is
because
going,
they
but
are.
then I want to come to
Yeah.
Fabrice.
Okay.
Per your designation, everybody is Greater Accra this, Greater Accra this. Is the agency only focusing on Greater Accra, or in the other regions there's focus there?
So we have our national executives. So there are much focus on other executives, but we are looking up to the national executives to set up other executives from the other region.
Okay.
But for now, we see most of the models here in Accra trying to make a wave in the modeling industry. So there is a need for we, the Greater Accra executives, to push in much work to uplift the face of models here in Accra that can also have effect on other regions. Because as we all know, there are other models in other regions that they are not known to the cameras, but they are very good in their own way. So if we, the Greater Accra executives, if we are to do our best and uplift the models, especially those here in Accra, it can affect the other regions as well.
regions,
Yes.
yeah. But then if someone, wrapping up, so if someone wants to be part of the union, what should the person do?
Well, we have communication channels.
Okay.
We have social media handles, Twitter handles that the person will have to, follow their contact numbers over there. You just pick one, call it, and well, that's if you're an agency.
Yeah, yeah.
Then we recognize you.
Can be part of the union.
Yes.
Okay.
And a very quick one. We'll be soon having a meetings with models here in Ghana.
Okay.
We would like to get to know their issues, the challenges they are facing, so that as an executive, we are tackling their problems. We know where to start from.
Yeah.
So we'd like to use this platform to reach out to models here in Accra and the other regions.
Okay.
That they should expect a mega meeting coming up from the model executives
Okay.
to meet up all models for us to have a dialogue, to have a convo, so that we get to know what their problems are. Then we can start.
You can
on from
start.
there.
I mean,
Fabrice,
it's been
thank you
15 years,
very,
and
very much.
we definitely would want to have hear
yes.
more from you moving forward. 15 years.
Fabrice,
so
thank you
so-
very much. Tanika, thank you very, very
Thank
much.
you
I mean,
very
we'll
much
have a
as well.
lengthy conversation when it's getting closer and closer. And
Yes,
thank you very
we'll
much
be
for
here for
coming.
you.
Yeah, thank you for having us in your homes. It was entertainment.